July 11th, the U.S. Coast Guard in Alaska responded to a distress call from a burning boat. The Coast Guard saved 4 fishermen from a fiery wreck in the Kodiak that day. One of the heroes is a local man from San Dimas, now part of the Coast Guard's elite rescue swim team. Christopher Moore dove in and pulled 4 people off that burning boat, and he joins us now from Alaska. Christopher, how are you? Thanks for being here.
I'm pretty good, Fred. Thanks for having me.
An amazing rescue. We can see you down there swimming beneath the helicopter in the video. Tell me what your job is in a rescue like this.
Well, Fred, in a rescue like this, my job, I just get lowered down into the water or you know, in some instances where we jump out of the helicopter into the water if it's appropriate, and we swim to the survivors wherever they may be in the water in a raft. In this situation, they were in a raft, and we assess the situation, you know, take injured people first, and we start getting them over to the rescue basket one at a time, or we have a couple other rescue devices we may use. In this instance, they were not injured, so we used the rescue basket, and I just started putting them in the basket one at a time and get them up to the helicopter so we can get them home safe.
Now, when you get a distress call, what runs through your head?
You know, Fred, we get a lot of distress calls that are you know, minor medical situations, or you know, maybe they're not even actual distress calls. So initially, this particular distress call being an EPIRB, which is an emergency position indicating radio beacon that the boat had on board, that's the only notification we had that there was any vessel in distress. That call typically doesn't pan out to be much of anything. Usually somebody knocks it off the shelf and it starts going off. So we figured it was just another one of those false calls. But as you can see, when we showed up on scene, that was not the case. So at the time, when I got the call, I wasn't thinking much. Just probably another false alarm.
How grateful were the men you rescued?
Well, I could tell you when I got down to the raft, they all had big smiles on their face. They had been in the raft for a couple hours, and they had started to get a little seasick, so it was kind of messy in the raft. But they were pretty excited to see me because they knew that seeing me meant that they were going to get to go home. So that was a good feeling for me to see that on their faces. And then as well, when we got back to the air station with the survivors, their family was there to greet them, and that was a pretty awesome feeling too to see that. So they were really excited. The captain could really care less about his boat and what had happened to it. He was just excited to be alive.
I guess your mom and dad are watching in San Dimas. How proud are they?
Oh, they're very proud. They've been calling me nonstop, especially my father. He's been kind of put up on a pedestal at work, it sounds like, as the father of what his coworkers are calling an American hero. I'd like to be a little more humble about it than that, but that's the kind of you know, welcome that my dad's getting from all of this at his workplace, which makes me feel pretty good.
Well, I'll tell you something. I think your dad is getting the right reaction. His son is an American hero. And Chris, we really appreciate you coming on. Thanks so much. Amazing rescue.
Thank you.